Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm here with an endgame PVE DPS build for the Magicka Dragonknight, also known as MagDk. This build is optimized for endgame PVE content and hits for over 104k on the parse dummy. This is a Magicka build and not a hybrid, so we'll be using light armor for this build, and thus penetration is not an issue in group content. As a bonus, I will include a dagger and staff combo, and information will be in the closing thoughts section with a quick recap of the parse as well. Today's build was requested by Poser, and here we go. So starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points in a Magicka and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I am a Dark Elf. Other alternatives would include High Elf and maybe even Khajiit. Moving on to food, we're going to be running Clockwork Citrus Fillet for most content. A cheaper and almost just a good alternative would be Witch Mother's Potent Brew. And lastly, if you're parsing or need more sustain, then Ghastly Eyeball is always the go-to. So for potions, we're going to be using Minor Heroism potions. Reason being is the only buff from spell power pots that we need is Major Intellect, which can be combined into Minor Heroism potions. So the combination I used was Columbine, Dragon Realm, and Dragon Blood. Keep in mind these potions do cost a lot to make, so make sure you have 3 points in a medicinal use to benefit from the full duration. And if you're in content and you're going to swap out a skill or something, chances are you're probably going to take off skills like Inner Light, and thus just running spell power pots is probably the best way to go. So for CP, for the blue tree, we're going to be running Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Wrathful Strikes, and Backstabber. For the red tree, Boundless Vitality, Rejuvenation, Siphoning Spells, and Sustained by Suffering. So for the gear, we're running 5 pieces of Kinra paired with 5 pieces of Whirl of Depths, 1 piece Maelstrom, 1 piece Harpooners, and 1 piece Slime Crawl. So breaking it down in the main hand, we have a Kinra Dagger with a Flame Damage enchant traded in Nirnhoned. In the offhand, a Kinra Dagger with a Poison Damage enchant traded in Charged. On the backhand, a Maelstrom either two-hander or Inferno with an increased weapon damage enchant traded in Infused. For the head, we have 1 piece of Slime Crawl with Max Mag enchant in Medium traded in Divines. And for the body, we have 5 pieces of Whirl of Depths, all with Max Mag enchants traded in Divines. And for the leg slot, we have 1 piece Harpooners with a Max Mag enchant traded in Divines. And for the jewelry, we have 3 pieces of Kinra jewelry, all with spell damage enchants traded in Bloodthirsty. So for skills, we'll be running Venomous Claw, Molten Whip, Engulfing Flames, Flames of Oblivion, Barbed Trap, and Flawless Dawnbreaker. On the back bar, Stampede, Carve, Eruption, Degeneration, Inner Light, and Standard of Might. So for the rotation, we're just going to be running a dynamic rotation, meaning we're going to refresh skills as soon as they expire. So the skill priority would be Carve, Stampede, Degeneration when using Heroism pots, but if you're not, then this becomes least priority. Barbed Trap, Venomous Claw, Engulfing Flames, Eruption, and Flames of Oblivion. And then when you don't have anything better to cast, just use your Molten Whip. So the best time to drop your Standard of Might would be when all of your dots are up, meaning you can just go straight into a Molten Whip spam as soon as you drop your Standard. So if you want to run an Inferno Staff on the back bar, you can remove Stampede and Carve, and then move your Barbed Trap to the back bar, and add Deadly Cloak to the front bar, and add Blockade to the back bar. With this setup, I did 98k on the parse dummy, which was not that much lower. And as a flex spot, your Inner Light would probably be your flex spot, so you can slot whatever skill you need. If you need another skill, then Zogvin or Order's Wrath would be the way to go. That way you can free up a bar slot. In terms of gear replacements, so for the body, for Whirl, you can choose to run Boss A. Boss A is better in some fights over Whirl, but Whirl gives you another AoE and you don't have to worry about your Magicka. In replacements for Kinra, there's a few sets you can run. These would be Pillar of Nirn, Zogvin, Advancing Yokeda. Because you're a MagDk, you also have the ability to run sets like Zen's or Alkosh if your group needs it. They're fantastic support sets as well. And in replacements for Mythics, you can always take off Harpooners and just run either Mora's Whisper instead or Death Dealer's Fate. Both are very viable options. And if you want to scrap the whole Mythic thing, you can just choose to run a monster set. Some notable mentions would be Stormfist, Kjarnar, or Maul the Inferno. And I think that wraps it up. As always, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Or better yet, come join our Discord and ask your questions there. There's also a PlayStation community Discord that I'll have the link down below for if you play on PlayStation and want to join this new community. I also do builds on request, so if you have something you'd like to see, please let me know. And if you like the piggies, like the video. And we just hit 2k subs, so I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. As per usual, I'll have an outfit section and parts attached at the end. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.